Hello, welcome back. I'll be honest with you. If you're not concerned about your pronunciation, you should be. And believe you me, I'm not talking about your accent. Your accent is fine. No one cares whether or not you have an accent. And you do. If English is not your language, you do have an accent. It's just a fact. But what people actually care about is whether or not they understand what you're saying. So that's one thing. But there's something that I feel is more important. It's how you feel about your communication. So when you talk to people, do you feel confident with your pronunciation, with the way you say the words? Because that's a must. Confidence in terms of speaking is very related to pronunciation. It is connected to how well you pronounce words and how well you can actually put those words together to form a sentence. Because we all know saying a word is okay, but putting that word in a sentence makes everything a lot harder. So, how others feel about your pronunciation is important because you're talking to people, and obviously, if you're having some sort of communication, you want to be understood, so that really matters. But at the same time, I personally feel that how you feel about your pronunciation is so important. Sometimes people say to me, Patty, people understand me. I talk to them and they understand. They're not asking me to repeat. I can see that it's clear, but I don't like my pronunciation. I feel uncomfortable. And what I do is, yeah, that may be you, I hide when I have to say words that I'm not comfortable with. So I say them very quickly and in a low tone so people cannot hear what I'm saying because I don't think I'm going to say it right. Or when I hear native speakers, they put the sentence together in one way and I don't do it in the same way. So when I'm trying to connect the words, it's mechanical. It doesn't sound natural. There is no flow when I'm speaking. There's no rhythm when I'm speaking. Oh, there you go. So pronunciation is important. It is important. Don't you dare sit there and tell me, I'm making an effort to speak their language. They have to make an effort to understand me. No, 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 no. No. Lazy thinking. Yeah? And that is not going to get you anywhere. So do the work. Do it well. So that you can make yourself feel happy with what you're doing and be proud of yourself. One thing I want to say about pronunciation as well that I think will be helpful is if you want to have an American pronunciation, I disagree, but fine, no, joking. If you want to have an American pronunciation, make sure to listen to as much American content as possible. American podcasts, American films, American interviews with American people. Great. If you want to have a British pronunciation, I don't blame you, you want to be listening to as much British English as possible. Just the other day, I was talking to one of my students on Pronounce with Patty. That's my pronunciation course, okay? And she was saying to me that her biggest goal was to really have a British pronunciation. I said, okay, what kind of content do you watch? Series, films, what kind of thing do you watch? Oh, I watch a lot of American series. That's not going to work. Not now, anyway. Once you have learned the pronunciation you want and it's established and you've got it, you don't have to think before you speak, it all just kind of comes out naturally, as it is with me, then you can watch as much Suits as you want, okay? Until then, please stick to things that are British or the other way around if you want the American pronunciation. If you do, what are you doing watching this video anyway? God, I'm confused. Shadowing. I've spoken about this before, haven't I? I don't like shadowing. I'll tell you why. I feel the shadowing focuses on speaking only. And to me, pronunciation is not only about speaking, it is massively about listening. If you're not actually listening and paying attention, how on earth do you expect to be able to copy what they're doing? You won't be able to. So with shadowing, you're just talking on top of whatever that person's saying, just talking over that person. So you're not actually listening. You're just trying to get your words out really quickly. I've never done it. No, I have done it to test it, but I've never done it as a practice. And I honestly don't think that's the best way to improve pronunciation. Oh, it can be good for you to understand intonation. So where the words go up and down in a sentence, because it's not flat. It's not flat, is it? It's not supposed to be anyway. So where it goes up and down, that could be helpful, but it's just not the only way to do that either. So shadowing is not something I personally recommend. Now, last but not least, learn to listen. No, really, learn to hear what the person's saying before you actually try to copy what they're doing. I was saying something to one of my students the other day. This was not pronounced Patti, this was 100 days. I was saying something on 100 days, which is my main course, my main English course. And I said to her, I'm going to say a sentence to you and I want you to repeat what you hear. Not what you think you should be saying. Write this down, please, now. You watching me now, write this down. Pronunciation is about repeating what you hear, not what you think you should be saying. Yeah? Okay. I said to her, I'm going to say a sentence. Repeat exactly what I say, even if it sounds a bit weird. She goes, okay. And I say to her, at the end of the month, at the end of the month. And she said it exactly as I said it. And I said, if I had showed you the sentence, you would not have said at the end. You would not have done that. And all I wanted from you is to repeat the sound, and you did it. Well done. At the end of the month. Perfect. So that's precisely what pronunciation is all about. Learning to listen, actually hearing what the person's saying, and then repeating. And a lot of the time, you just won't be able to repeat it perfectly the first time you try. You're going to have to do it again and again, and there might be specific words or linking strategies that you need the person to explain to you more than once, and that's all fine, no problem. But please remember this. Pronunciation matters because it's connected to your confidence. And we all just want to be confident speaking English, don't we? Yeah, so don't neglect it, okay? Don't sit there thinking that you're betraying your identity if you work on your pronunciation. That's the most stupid thing I've ever heard. And no one has even said it, I'm just the one thinking about it. But it's a very stupid thought, so don't fall into that trap, okay? All right then. Thanks for watching. See you later.